Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For anyone new here, my name is Zion and we talk about all things money. Today, I'm going to give you your stimulus update for June 6th. Again, this is your stimulus update for Saturday, June 6th. Alright guys, the stimulus update is mainly for people who are on Social Security benefits, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, railroad retiree benefits, RRB, and also Social Security disability and things like that. So today in this video, I'm actually going to give you guys an update that I saw on someone called Logan Alec. He's also a YouTuber. He mainly makes YouTube videos talking about second stimulus checks, but he made this YouTube video and he was talking a little bit about people who haven't received their stimulus checks just yet. He saw a press release that the IRS put out basically stating that the IRS has given all eligible checks to people who they have information for. They're basically saying that they've given out all the information. And so as a result, there are quite a few people who have already gotten their checks, but also there are a lot of people who haven't gotten their checks yet. Clearly, like you guys who have been continuing to comment on my channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of speak a little bit about what he spoke about that in that video, but I'm also gonna give you guys even more tips and tricks that I think you guys can use in order to get your stimulus checks, because it's been going on for way too long now, and let's make sure that you guys get your stimulus checks. So if you like this content, go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up. This will allow this video to get out to more people, and I think that the information that I'm about to speak of in this video is the most important information I've put out up to date. So go ahead and like that video, and then also comment down below if you haven't gotten your stimulus check just yet. Let me know. Also, if you have gotten your stimulus check, let me know the date. And if you haven't, let me know your situation so I can go ahead and comment back to you, but also in tomorrow's video, answer some of your guys' questions. All right, guys, let's get to the video. In his video, he mentioned that there was this press release by the IRS that basically says that they have given out all of stimulus checks to all eligible people who they have enough information on. And so clearly that leaves two groups of people. Group number one, let's call them, are people who have received some sort of pending payment. Maybe they got a pending payment for a direct deposit on May 28th, but never actually got that payment. Or people who have had pending payments or who've actually received a letter in the mail from President Trump. I think it's like a signed letter in the mail from President Trump stating that they've been given a stimulus check and they're also told how much money it was, but they've actually never received a stimulus check. And then there's also people in group number two who have absolutely never received any sort of notification whatsoever, who hasn't received a letter whatsoever, and they're a bit confused. And so if you don't have a stimulus check, you do fall into one of those two categories, then I'm going to let you guys know what you can do in order to get this stimulus check. So group number one, for people who have had any sort of payment pending or any sort of payment notification, people who have received some sort of letter or notification in the mail saying that they have actually gotten a stimulus check who hasn't gotten a stimulus check. I first want to say that a reason for why you could have gotten some sort of pending payment but not actually never gotten your money deposited directly into your bank account is because the IRS potentially has had the wrong routing number or account number for you. And so you could be someone who's been receiving SSI benefits for 10 years and who's been getting the monthly direct deposit into their bank account for 10 years. But interestingly enough, and I spoke about this in another video, so I'm going to link it up here if you guys want to go watch it, but the IRS also worked with the Social Security Administration in order to get these stimulus payments out. And for some reason, I believe potentially that there's a department within the IRS who's specifically handling stimulus checks, and then there's like another department somewhere else who's handling SSI, and I don't think those departments spoke to each other. We know for a fact that IRS and Social Security Administration did not speak to each other, and as a result, there's been misinformation between the two departments or between the various components within the departments. And so when that's the case, your bank has to actually send that money back to the IRS. The IRS has to reprocess it and then send it out to you in mail. And so mailing takes up to 2 weeks. And actually, it could also take more than that. And so if you are someone who just very recently, let's say there was like a June 3rd group who didn't get any sort of, who had a payment like pending and actually didn't get the money inside their direct deposit, it's very possible that you're actually going to get your check in a couple of weeks. But if you got a pending deposit on May 13th, a pending deposit on May 28th, or even June 3rd, I would all recommend that you guys do the following. Call the IRS. Yes, I know it's annoying, I keep on saying it, but Logan actually presented a new number that I'm going to read out to you guys, and I'm also going to have at the end of the video. The number is 1-800-919-9835. Yes, so you're gonna call this number, and potentially you'll have a long wait time, but I suggest that you guys get up early in the morning and try to call before everyone is awake, or be the first person to call, and ask them, have some sort of notification, have some sort of like your letter per se, or also have potentially the part or something that shows that you have gotten this payment notification. You can kind of read from it and ask the IRS rep to do a stimulus check trace. Also too, you can fill out a form called 3911, but as Logan stated in his video, IRS has 10 million papers like waiting to be looked at or waiting to be filed, so that might take a very long time. And so those are the suggestions that I have for you guys. I also made a video, a very detailed video 2 days ago, talking about other steps that you should take. And so you guys should definitely go and look at that video because it's pretty in-depth. And so I'll link it right here. Go and look at that video. And also too, if you haven't seen all of my stimulus videos, I would honestly just go and look at all of them because I provide different information in all of them, and I also answer different people's questions who have different situations. And so maybe one of those questions would work, but also go in my comment sections in all of my videos because people have been posting things that have helped them as well. So moving on to group number 2. Group number 2 are for people who have not had any sort of notification that they've received a stimulus check whatsoever. And so what I would say for you guys is I'm going to give you guys a few options. The first option is if you have not filed a 2018 or 2019 tax return, even if you are on SSI, SSDI, or any sort of benefits where the IRS has told you to file a tax return. I said this in yesterday's video, and I'm going to say it again. You should go and fill out that non-filers tool. In yesterday's video, I kind of said maybe you should call an IRS rep and see if it's a good idea, but I think at this point, you should just go ahead and fill out that non-filers tool, because if you're not obligated to file taxes, this non-filers tool is not going to hurt you to fill out. And also I want to make a quick note that the non-filers tool actually does close on October 15th. So please, please, please tell all of your friends, tell everyone. Also hit the like button down below so we can get this video out to more people. And so everyone can hear, anyone who's on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, any sort of benefits that they get from the government every single month, let them know if they haven't filed their 2018 or 2019 tax return to go ahead and fill out that non-filers tool. Now, what that non-filers tool is going to do, it's going to give you an opportunity to update the IRS on your information, and whomever's working on these stimulus checks for you guys, it's going to update them on, hey, look at me, this is my correct and current address, and also this is my correct and current direct deposit. And so they will be able to get that money into your bank account and also get you either a check in the mail or an economic impact stimulus card. I also want to note for people who have been trying to access this non-filers tool and who have been getting the error messages of the IRS does not match your information or whatever, what I want to say is that's probably indicating that the IRS does not have enough information on you. And so what you should do to actually try to get inside the portal, people who are having trouble accessing the Get My Payment portal, this is what I would say. Number 1 is pertaining to how you type in your address. So you can go ahead and type in your main address in all capital letters, and then make sure to abbreviate things such as lane, road, and boulevard. Additionally, something that I have seen people say is that if they go on Google Maps, the app, or even type in their address on Google and copy and paste how Google has actually presented your address and put it inside the Get My Payment portal, make sure that you copy and paste that address and then put that in there. Additionally, make sure you're putting spaces in between your social security number for some reason, or dashes in between your social security number. Also, like I said, with calling the IRS, make sure you're calling the going on that at kind of off times, maybe lunchtime or dinner time when not as many people are on it, to have a little bit better luck getting into that portal. If you have a representative payee and you are trying to get into the Get My Payment portal in order to see if you have a pending date, something you can do is actually put in your own social security number with dashes and also put in your own birth date. However, put in your representative payee's address. That should help you actually kind of get in there. Lastly, I want to wrap up by saying I want to point you guys back in the direction of that video that I was just talking about, because that video has so much information that I sat down and I listed who's not eligible for this, why they're not eligible. I gave you guys suggestions for why you guys might not be eligible or why the IRS doesn't think you're eligible. For example, something that not many people have been talking about is if you share a child with someone but you're not married and you guys both claim that child as a dependent, the IRS will not give you guys your $1,200 stimulus checks because they will think that it's a bit sketchy. Additionally, something you can do if you are not getting your $1,200 this year and you say, hey, I give up, this is not worth it, I don't really need this money immediately, then you can go ahead and claim that $1,200 on your 2020 tax return when you file in early 2021. That is all I have for you guys today. Make sure once again to go back and watch that video that I've been talking about in this video, but also watch my entire query of stimulus check update videos so you can go in there and see all the tips and tricks that I give everyone. You can also see the comments in my comment section where people have said that has worked for them, what has not worked for them. And also I think it will give you guys a little bit of hope, because there's been so many people who've been in your situation who've been really frustrated and fed up and they've finally gotten their money. I also want to say that I am so incredibly sorry that this has been happening to every single last one of you guys. It's completely unfair, I know. I just want to yell at the IRS and say, get your act together. But if you guys are interested in knowing anything about the second stimulus check update videos, then make sure to keep logged into my channel, because I'm going to be starting to make those more often, potentially every single day or every other day, just updating you guys on what's going on. Alright guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. It's the only thing you do by watching this video is hitting that like button, then that's amazing. And then as always, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye guys.